Good morning, everyone. So before we start to unravel the idea, let's give you a small glimpse into an ERG meeting where we'll discuss the voices within.
You know what? मेरे को भी ऐसी जगह पे काम करना है जहां मुझे एक सेंस ऑफ एम्पावरमेंट मिले, बट मेरे जैसे लोगों के लिए अपॉर्चुनिटीज आर जस्ट अ फ्रैक्शन ऑफ व्हाट विच इज अवेलेबल फॉर एवरीवन. एंड एक्सक्यूजेस क्या है कि थोड़े स्पेशल रूल्स बनाने पड़ेंगे, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर अकोमोडेटिंग करना पड़ेगा. व्हाट इज दिस यार?
I know, right? It's hard work for me too. At the beginning of my maternity leave with my each kid, I feel it's so taxing physically as well as emotionally. My entire world shifts and my responsibility becomes to take care of my infant if it's well fed, well cared, and at the same time I'm mending. I feel everything is so overwhelming. I have to choose between working for long hours or just to take care of my child at home. Why do we have to choose between two things which I love the most?
I do feel the same. While on some days I'm okay, but on some days I'm just tired explaining who I am, what I am. While some people do understand and support me, but in some scenarios, when people don't understand who I am and what I entail of and what my pronouns are, it is just so overwhelming. At this point, we need to understand. Will you be a part of that organization where I am not able to express myself?
Where I'm always conflicted?
Or where everyone judges my abilities based on my disability? Would you be able to thrive in such an organization? Can we?
We are here not to get pity from everybody. We are just here to ask one question. Why don't we have people like us at positions of power?
It is high time that we have these conversations daily in our workplaces. So chalo, saath
Dil kare open.
So let's deep dive into the situation. So for the given case, we have decided to create a fictitious organization by the name of Stratus Advisors. So the company would be headquartered in India with presence in 5 other countries. Currently, we are employing over 1,200 employees, 58% of which are male, 40% is the representation of females, and 2% is the representation of LGBTQI community. Apart from that, we have 2% representation from people with disabilities, majority of which are male. And as for the retention of pregnant women, it is 30% in our firm.
Coming to the problem statement. So what exactly is the problem faced by Stratus Advisors? So Stratus Advisors struggles with leadership which lacks inclusivity. We have 480 females out of 1,200 employees, but we even have females at good leadership position. But what about the representation of the LGBTQI community and about the specially able people? So let's discuss something in regard to the issue tree. So basically we'll be touching upon 3 pain areas. First is the lack of support for expectant mothers. Second being inadequate LGBTQI community members. Third being the underrepresentation of specially able people. So starting with the lack of support for expectant mothers, there are 2 basic factors. One is the psychological impact, which relies on maternal confidence gap. So basically with the gap, there is lack of momentum. She loses confidence. She is in a dilemma if I'll be able to cope up with the pressure of the workplace. Second is the workplace culture and perception. Basically lack of flexible work hours and stigma and biases around working mothers. Also there's postpartum guilt. So basically she believes that maybe she'll not be able to manage the kid with the work hours. Coming to the next part, which is the inadequate LGBTQI representation, which relies on visibility and inclusive policies and practices. Regard to visibility, there is lack of visible LGBTQI role models. I have just one question for thought. Do we have enough LGBTQI role models? I think there are not many. Next in line is the limited awareness among employees. The next which we like to emphasize upon is the inadequate representation of LGBTQI representatives. The next third which we like pain point is the underrepresentation of specially able people. So it relies on the lack of infrastructure, lack of recruitment and onboarding, and inadequate technologies and tools for them.
So what we did, based on the pain points that Sukriti just pointed out in DEI, we went to some people, had a conversation with them. Apurva, who was once pregnant, told us about her pain points, and Mansi from the LGBTQ community told us what are the major issues they face. And Tareem is one of the consultants in a really great MNC, and he also told us about the initial problems that he faced. We bifurcated these issues and brought three categories. So first is the lack of support for expectant mothers. Second, inadequate LGBTQI representation. And third, underrepresentation of specially abled. So all through these three categories, we identified there is decreased employer morale, engagement, reduced productivity, higher absenteeism. I recently attended a session by Axis Bank on Women's Day. And on the same day, I saw a LinkedIn post by Ankit sir. You know what is the common factor there? That women don't ask. That there is an inherent imposter syndrome that we carry with us, that we don't ask for the opportunities that we want, that we deserve actually. So in an organization that doesn't have that kind of inclusivity, where we are not supported, such problems will exist and will get worsen over the time. I also came across a LinkedIn post by Mr. Harish Iyer. He is the DEI head at Axis Bank. He's openly out as gay, and he was just taking a session where one of the random comments he got is that he was acting too gay. In a session like that, where you are actually talking to them about inclusivity, about diversity, people still have that latent homophobia. And that is the question we ask here. Are we doing enough to create inclusivity, to diverse our organizations in a manner that it is welcoming for everyone?
So to bring about the changes that we've talked about, we present to you Project Aspire. Aspire stands for Advancing Support for Pregnant Women, Inclusion of Rainbow Families, and empowering people with disabilities. Under this project, we bring forward three programs catering to each of the area. First is Saheli Sahai. Under this program, we aim to create a smooth transition for pregnant women for coming back to work. Second is Allyverse. Under this program, we aim to raise awareness amongst the existing workforce and bring out the best policies and practices regarding inclusion to our workplaces. Third is Kaushal Setu for people with disabilities. Here we push for inclusive infrastructure where people with different sorts of disability can access the infrastructure, and also we aim on raising awareness amongst the existing employee force.
So let's begin with the first leg of Aspire, that is Saheli Sahai. Saheli Sahai is that we are trying to pair our expecting mothers with supportive colleagues from same teams or other teams. What we'll do is we create a communication bridge. What we do is soothe their experience from being pregnant to the journey of having a baby and through postpartum. So the first thing that we propose here is that 1 week of trial work culture. So what we do here is we allocate buddies to our women at the end of the maternity leave. So this can be done pre-maternity also in case the pregnant woman wants that. In the second scenario, where the pregnant woman has delivered the baby, what will happen is like they'll have one-on-one conversations with them. They'll try to update them about the work and get insights about how they're feeling and how they're doing. So in that scenario, for the 1 week trial, what we'll do is we'll ask them what works best for you, whether it will be a 9-hour routine schedule that you want or a flexible work hour through the day where you can work on your own. So what we are also proposing is 1 year of at least work from home, and in this we are also ensuring that mostly the meetings should be off camera, because when I had a conversation with Apurva, she told me one thing is that in many meetings I'm not able to turn on my cameras because I'm feeding my baby is laying on my lap. How can I turn on my camera, or how will I be perceived? If we have inclusive spaces where that can be accepted, it is much better. Also, what we are proposing is for the people who are acting as buddies in this scenario, we will have an increased PMS score in their PMS portal, where that shows the support for the women who are actually going through that. There are 70% of women who leave their workforce. just because they had a kid and they're not able to handle it along with their work because the practices are not that inclusive enough. And 50% actually resign at the peak of their career. Why? Childcare. But even when they return, there are many more issues and problems that they face. So what for Saheli Sahay, what we did is set a certain kind of KPIs, as you can see here, that is frequency of body interaction, return to work rate,
10 minutes got
utilization,
completed.
and self-reported stress levels. And that is how we are going to map it along.
Coming to the alley verse, so starting with few of the facts, so around 60% employees get harassed and only 70% report the same. So starting with the initiative which we recommend is to have DE&I committee. So what the committee will do is to take initiatives, and second, the committee will be preparing a confidentiality sheet in which it will have data about like if the